Hey YouTube, so you guys are really eating up these hair tutorials, so I'm doing them. The video today I'm going to show different braided hairstyles that guys can pull off. Because I'm going to have to be braiding and unbraiding my hair all the time, and to not make this turn into, again, a million videos, I'm going to do something I usually never do, and then I'm actually going to try to figure out how to edit a video so that all you guys do is see kind of the end result. I usually am not a fan of editing my videos or even doing more than one shoot, just because I feel like it kills the integrity of my work. But I'm going to do it this time because otherwise you guys are just going to see me unbraiding my hair and then braiding my hair, and so what I'll do is I'm just going to show you guys the different styles that I think work, that I wear myself. And then at the very end I'm going to show you guys how to braid hair, just like basic braids. The reason I'm starting off with this one is because I can only braid my hair from like here down. Like I can't do the top part up by myself. I can do it on somebody else, up by myself I don't. Maybe if I have long hair much longer, I'll learn how to do it that way too, but I can't. So this was actually done by a friend of mine. So this first style, it's a double braid, pigtails, I think some people call it. And I'm showing it to you guys in two ways. So on one side, we have it French braid style. And on the other side, we have a Dutch braid style. The difference being with the French braid, French braid, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's flat. So basically when you do the braid, it's like it doesn't show up, it doesn't stick out. I don't know how to explain it. But on this side, the Dutch braid side, you can see like it kind of sticks off. I generally wear my hair in the French braid style if I do this style. It's just, I personally think it's nicer looking. This, like the Dutch braid style, to me always strikes me as a little bit kind of like Snoop Dogg. Like I don't know if you've seen like Snoop Dogg. He always has it, and like he always has like two Dutch braids. That's the style that he tends to wear. But yeah, so this is a really simple thing to do as well. But I always have a friend do it, and it takes like half an hour. But I definitely think this is like a look that I think guys can pull off. Very Kenny Rogers, Snoop Dogg. You see a lot of people wearing this look, so I don't think it's that crazy to do it. Okay, so that's my first braid, and I'm gonna go and do the next one, and then I'll see you guys back again. Alright, so on to the next thing. To expedite this video a little bit, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep with the pattern where I do two styles at once. So right now on this side, again, I got in two braids, but you can do it as a single braid. You can do whatever you want. And I got two going on. On this side, I have a fishtail braid going on. So that's one style. And again, just in the pigtails kind of thing. But not from the top. Because like I said, I can only braid my hair going from the back. So this is how I would do it myself. I don't have anybody else to do it. And then again, this is a fishtail style. And then this side is just a regular braid. And, haha, I know you guys thought you'd never see this again, but remember that fake blonde hair thingy? Here it is. So this is a way to incorporate it. And this actually is probably the best way of making it not look fake, because it's braided in, so you can't tell that the consistency is totally different. I've actually never worn this out before. This is just an idea for you guys. I personally, the moment I put it in, I looked at it. I was not really a fan of how it looked. But just to kind of give you guys different ideas of what you can do. So again, just like pigtails, and then regular braid, fishtail braid, and then just start on the top. Alright, so next, this is just some more alternatives. Again, I've told you guys this in all my videos, this always depends on how comfortable you are with yourself and with your hair and what you're doing. Personally, I'm somebody, like I said, I don't care, and B, I get bored really quick. It was very hard for me to grow up my hair to begin with, because I'm somebody who's I get really bored really quick and I want something new. I want some. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm like a lot more open-minded to different kind of hairstyles. Because I just always want like to try something new. And so this is just like a fun kind of alternative that you can do. So like basically all I did was like braided part, then put like an elastic, then this part is unbraided and elastic, and then here is braided again. So just kind of like, it's a different look you can try with a braid just to kind of give it a little something else if you feel like you're bored with just doing the same thing. Also, I had to change my part because I personally hardly ever part my hair in the middle because I feel like it makes me look like Jesus. So I tend to prefer a side part. And while I'm mentioning parts, because this is like a little tip for you guys, this is something I did not know, but it's completely true. If you always part your hair in the same place, you'll start noticing that your hair will start thinning in that area. Like I used to always part my hair right here. And actually I didn't really notice that my hair was thinning. But like one day a friend of mine, she made like a comment. She's like, look at this side of your hair and this side of your hair. And then this side, there was like, the hairline was way further back. And she's like, yeah, I found out from my hairstylist that because when you constantly part your hair, you're constantly putting friction on one side. It causes the hair where you always part your hair to thin. So it's a good idea to constantly try to switch where you do your part. So that's kind of like what I do now. And it's really growing back already. Anyways, that was just my thing on hair parts. Anyway, so you saw this side, and then this side, let's say I have my hair like just hanging loose. What I'll do sometimes is I'll just have like 1 or 2 braids in the hair. And to me this looks really like, if I'm feeling like a hippie that day, like it'll be something I do if I'm feeling like a hippie. Because to me it's just kind of like really 60s hippie style thing to do. So, there. And that's another style you can try. Alright. So, we're almost at the end. I only have like this and one more style, and then the rest I'm just gonna kind of talk about like some ideas. So this is just a very basic one braid right down the back. I think this is a style that, from the styles I've shown, probably most men are more likely to be comfortable with doing. Yeah, like nothing to it. See how, like, if you can see right here, I put a band, so this shows again that I started off with a basic ponytail, because I think it makes it easier than to control the hair for the rest of the braid. And for all the braids that I've shown you, like I usually don't put a ponytail anymore, or even like if I do a side like braids on here, I just go ahead and start doing it. But if you're just learning how to braid hair or braid your own hair, it's always easier to like just take that part of the hair, put an elastic in it, so that it becomes its own thing, and then start braiding it from there. It's just more manageable than if all the hair is loose. But again, so here's just one single ponytail thing. I hardly ever wear this. I don't like this look personally, but I think it's something that it's more socially acceptable, and I think a lot more guys are gonna feel comfortable doing this than maybe some of the other styles I talked about. So yeah. Oh, and as a disclaimer, because this is something that I think most guys don't think about, because most guys don't have long hair, and when you first do have long hair, when I do recommend this is if you're being intimate with somebody. Because let me tell you, when you grow your hair out as a guy, because you didn't have it before, you kind of really have to relearn. Well, you don't have to relearn intimacy, but like it is in the way all the time, you know, and like someone's laying on it, or it gets caught, or it gets in your face, and it's really annoying. So if you are being intimate with somebody, I would say the best 2 things that you can do is put it in a braid like this. Even a ponytail can get kind of messy, but like a braid like this, or top knot. So keep that in mind the next time you're with, you know, your significant other and your hair is like flailing all over the place and it's getting on your nerves and can kind of be a buzzkill. So okay, one more style. It's actually not a braided style, but I forgot to put this in like my very first tutorial. I think it's a style that men generally are comfortable with, so I'm just going to show it just as an idea of what you can do it. So here's the last style I'm going to show today. This is actually a style that I never wear, ever, because I don't like it at all. But I wanted to show it to you guys because I see a lot of men with long hair wearing this, especially a lot of, like, older men with long hair. I mean, when I say older, I mean like maybe like 40s and 50s. Yeah, like 40s and 50s. I see a lot of men wearing this style, and I think it's very, very socially acceptable. As socially as acceptable as long hair on a guy gets, that wear this style. But again, like, I think it's kind of old school. Like, I don't really think it's a style that a lot of young people wear, and honestly, I think it looks kind of, I don't know, I just don't like it. But here it is. I'm sure you guys have all seen long-haired guys wear this style, where they basically just put a whole bunch of elastics one after another. Again, I personally don't wear this style at all because I think it looks kind of silly. But yeah, I wanted to show it to you guys. I think like this is something, if you're not comfortable with a lot of the other things I've done because you just feel like it's too out there, or maybe it's too effeminate looking or whatever, this is a style. If you want to keep your hair out of your face and you don't feel comfortable doing a lot of the other things, this is a style that every guy can wear and no one's going to give you a weird look because it's very socially acceptable. Also, like, there's some other braiding styles I could talk about. Obviously, you could do like just one braid from the very top, and you can do that Dutch, French, fishtail, whatever style you want. Again, I'm just generally not somebody who likes one. I don't know why. Like, I just feel like maybe it's because like when somebody looks at me head on, they don't see that I have long hair, and I feel like, hey, I got it. I might as well show it off. So I don't know. I don't know. I just always have preferred two to just one. So like that's an alternative. Another thing that you can do is if you do the Legolas, you can like braid this top part of the hair into the thing. Or you could just like take that part of the hair that's sticking out from the top part, the Legolas part, and you can braid that. Like that's pretty, I see people doing that a lot, and I think that looks pretty cool. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? Oh, and then I was going to show you guys how to do different braids really quick. And this time I'm just going to go straight into it. And maybe see if there's anything else I remember while I don't know, if you guys got any questions, if you have any specific, like... Oh, and of course there's other braiding techniques. Cornrows. I can't cornrow my own hair. The times I've had cornrows in my hair, it's somebody else who did it. I can't do that to myself. And there's twists, which is an alternative to cornrows. And there's individuals. Personally, I think individuals is kind of hard as a guy to pull off unless you're Milli Vanilli. I'm not saying it's impossible, but especially as a white guy, I don't know. Individuals is probably one thing I have not done. So maybe I'll still do that or not. But I guess like I haven't really done that because that's the style I definitely can't see myself being able to pull off. But that's another braiding technique you could probably do. What else? I don't know, if you guys got questions, like, you know, you can always email me, you can always like leave comments. I'm actually pretty good at responding to people. Like, it might not look that way because I generally don't comment on comments, but I'll send like an email out or something. If somebody sends me an email asking about how I do this or what I would do this or how would I wear my hair to this kind of occasion, like, definitely like send me an email or send a comment and I'll get back to you on it. So the two styles I'm going to show for braiding is the fishtail and the regular braid. Because I mean, like, there really isn't that many styles. So for a regular braid, again, like, I would recommend, maybe I should just do what I'm going to say. I would recommend you put it in a ponytail style. That way you have more control of it if this is something you're doing brand new and you're new to braiding. And trust me, the first couple of times it's not going to look good. Like, the first couple of times that I braided my own hair, it looked crazy. But like like I said, like, I tend to braid my hair after I wash it to go to bed, so that it doesn't get as knotty and doesn't get as frizzy and all that kind of stuff. And just having done it over and over again, that's how I got to the point where I could do it as well as I do. How's this? How's this for pigtails? This I would not do. Okay, so for a regular braid, you split your hair into 3 parts. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. So, 3 parts. And then the easiest way for me to think of it is I just basically always go under with the outmost part. So here I'm going to go under the middle piece. And then I'm going to go under what is now the new middle piece, which will be the part that you just brought over. Now this is the new middle piece, and this is the most out piece, and you go under the middle piece again. And now the part you just brought under is the new middle piece, and then you take this outer piece and go under that one. And then you just keep going back and forth. You go under the middle piece, under the middle piece, under, and you just keep going. And then that's basically a basic braid right here. Just keep going under the middle piece, under the middle piece, under. And I actually personally recommend you don't do this in front of the mirror. When I do it in front of the mirror for some reason, I always like look at what I'm doing versus what I know I should be doing. And then I start getting all confused. So. Alright, here you go. And so, regular braid. Again, 3 parts, and then just always the outermost goes underneath the middle piece. And then this side I'm going to show you how to do a fishtail braid. For a fishtail braid, what you do is you only break it into 2 parts. Okay? And then what I do with the fishtail braid, I take my index finger on both sides, and then I break off a little piece of this first part, and I twist the hair, and I take that little piece I broke off and bring it over to the other side. Then I take my index finger on this side and do the same thing. Break off a little piece, twist, bring it over to that side. And then you just keep doing that over and over. Break it off, twist, bring it over. Break it off, twist, bring it over. Break it off, twist. Break it off, twist. So I'm trying to do this semi-fast because otherwise, I actually think if I edit this, I actually might be able to bring it all into one video. I know that'll make everybody happy because I know you guys hate watching more than one video. But I can't promise that I'm going to be able to edit it because I've actually never edited a video before. Like I said, I don't even know if I have the program on my computer to do it. I might have to ask somebody else to help me. So yeah, just keep breaking it off, twisting it, bringing it over. I personally really like how a fishtail braid looks. I think doing the fishtail braid from the very top looks more effeminate than a regular braid, so I think it might be a little bit harder to pull off a fishtail braid starting up top. But from the side, I think it looks really cool. So I don't know, like seriously, like it's your hair, it's your life, you gotta do what you want to do with it. You know, people, you're never gonna find everybody to agree with you. Trust me, with all the different styles I've done, I have definitely gotten some looks, I've definitely gotten some feedback that wasn't positive. Even to this day, like, even like some of my friends are like, oh man, when are you finally gonna cut your hair? But you know what, it's like, I like it, I think I look fine, and that's all that matters. And I know that's the reason why I keep coming back to these videos, because you're like, damn, look at this white boy, he looking hot. Even with his long hair, he got style, man. And it's true, I do. Alright. So anyway, there we go. And this now is a fishtail braid. I know I did this really quick, but it's really simple, and I guess you can always just like watch it a few times. But this is basically it. Like,